Anger is a powerful emotion, but it often clouds judgment and leads to regrettable words. In moments of intense frustration, silence is your greatest weapon. When emotions take over, your ability to think rationally diminishes, and words spoken in haste can do irreversible damage. Have you ever said something in anger that you later wished you could take back? It happens to everyone, but successful people, wise people, understand that silence in these moments is a sign of strength, not weakness. Instead of lashing out, they take a step back, breathe, and allow themselves time to process their emotions. Silence is not suppression, it's self-control. When you're silent in anger, you regain power over yourself and the situation. This doesn't mean you ignore the problem. It means you respond when you're calm, collected, and in control. Anger makes you reactive, but silence makes you strategic. So the next time you feel that fire rising inside you, remember, the most powerful response is no response, at least until you're ready to speak with clarity and purpose. Speaking without all the information is like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. You're bound to get it wrong. In life, assumptions and incomplete knowledge lead to misunderstandings, poor decisions, and unnecessary conflict. How many times have you seen someone jump to conclusions only to regret it later? Smart individuals understand that silence is a form of patience, a tool that allows them to gather facts before forming an opinion or making a decision. When you speak too soon, you risk looking uninformed, or worse, spreading misinformation. Instead, observe, analyze, and absorb before responding. If you ever feel pressured to give an answer, remember, silence buys you time, and time gives you clarity. The ability to withhold your words until you're sure of the truth separates the impulsive from the intelligent. So, before you speak, ask yourself, do I have all the facts? If the answer is no, the best response is silence until you do. Sometimes silence is the most powerful form of support you can offer. When someone is pouring out their frustrations, their fears, or their struggles, your words are not always what they need. Too often people interrupt, give unsolicited advice, or shift the focus onto themselves, thinking they're being helpful. But in reality, the best thing you can do in these moments is simply listen. Have you ever been in a situation where you just needed to let it all out, but instead of support, you received unwanted opinions? It's frustrating, isn't it? That's because when someone is venting, they're not necessarily looking for a solution. They just want to be heard. Silence, paired with genuine attentiveness, can be more comforting than 1,000 words. It shows empathy, patience, and emotional intelligence. The next time someone turns to you in a moment of vulnerability, resist the urge to fill the silence. Let them speak, process their emotions, and feel acknowledged. Your silence will say, I'm here, I hear you, and you're not alone. Words are powerful. They can heal, but they can also harm. Once spoken, they cannot be taken back. That's why silence is sometimes the wisest choice. Have you ever said something out of frustration or carelessness, only to realize later that it caused unnecessary pain? A single sentence can ruin relationships, damage trust, and create lasting wounds. In moments where your words could be sharp, cruel, or destructive, it's better to stay silent. This doesn't mean you avoid difficult conversations, but it does mean choosing your words carefully. If what you're about to say won't improve the situation, then why say it at all? A wise person knows that sometimes silence holds more power than words ever could. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it fails any of these tests, let silence be your answer. The restraint you show in these moments doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Gossip is a trap that catches even the smartest people off guard. It disguises itself as harmless conversation, but in reality, it erodes trust, damages reputations, and reflects poorly on those who engage in it. Have you ever noticed how quickly people lose respect for someone who constantly talks behind others' backs? The truth is, if they gossip with you, they will gossip about you. That's why the smartest individuals choose silence when gossip begins. Instead of adding fuel to the fire, they remove themselves from the conversation or simply listen without contributing. Silence in the presence of gossip is a signal. It shows you don't entertain negativity or betray confidence. It also protects your own reputation. If you stay quiet, people will never associate your name with toxic conversations. Remember, the person who speaks the least in gossip circles is often the one who holds the most power. When the talk turns to others' mistakes, misfortunes, or private lives, let your silence speak for you. The less you say, the more people will trust you. Some moments in life demand silence, not as avoidance, but as a tool for growth, clarity, and self-awareness. In times of major decisions, deep emotions, or unexpected challenges, silence allows you to process your thoughts before reacting. Have you ever made a decision too quickly and later wished you had taken more time to think? That's the power of silence. It gives you space to weigh your options, understand your emotions, and align your actions with your values. Whether you're facing a difficult choice, recovering from a setback, or preparing for a major opportunity, silence is the bridge between impulse and wisdom. The world is noisy, filled with distractions and pressures to act quickly, but those who master silence master themselves. In moments of uncertainty, doubt, or transition, choose stillness. Let your thoughts settle, let clarity emerge, and when you do speak, your words will carry more weight, because in the end, silence isn't just the absence of noise, it's the presence of thought, strength, and wisdom.